It's almost like you can't believe anything anymore. Do you prefer hot or cold? If you had a choice and you have this, what we're dealing with now, or you have 110.
I can deal with the cold, but the cloudy skies is what gets me.
Yeah.
It gets really gloomy outside. Heat and hot weather, you know, I should say I can deal with it, but I'm going to make an emphasis. Like, if I don't have to be like in, like if I'm not at a wedding, if I don't have to have like excessive amounts of clothes on, because I hate feeling sweat on my clothes.
Yeah.
Big personal no-no for me. So how about you?
Yeah, I'd prefer the heat to the cold. And, you know, the older I get, the more I appreciate the warmth.
Of course.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, especially with the cold too, unfortunately, what comes along with that is ice and snow, and you can't go outside. I mean, at least with the sun, I mean, if it is hot throughout the day, there's still some times in the early morning or like the late night that you can. I think one of my most favorite times in the summer is when it's really, really, really hot outside.
Yeah.
And then it's like 75 at night. And like you can go for a night walk. It's dark, but it just feels nice.
I love that. Oh, man. Walking in the summertime is fantastic. Yeah, the winter, I just don't have the motivation to get all bundled up.
My step counts right now is embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. We got to figure that out.
Yeah, I almost see like a walking pad for the office.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which I mentioned that, and I searched one time, and now my phone's blowing up with it.
Shelby has one.
Oh,
in
really?
Her office, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. She's got a little treadmill.
Well, some of them almost look too good to be true for the price, almost like a scam almost.
Huh. Well, you have a stand-up desk.
I do have a stand-up, yeah.
Yeah, so you could
I could theoretically do it.
And put a,
Well, I'd be worried about it because I guess, you know, I'd be focusing. I mean, maybe if it's a lunch-only thing, it'd just be tough to...
I don't know how you work and
go back and forth
walk.
and type and walk.
I've never understood that.
Like maybe if I'm like reviewing something, but like there's been times where I try and like if I'm on a walk, review an email or something like that, I'm like, okay, let's read that sentence over again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you're at the pool reading a book and you like, you know, you read a page and you're like, what did I just read?
Not really focusing
what
in
just
on.
happened?
Yeah. Sometimes scams get you just like that too.
Yeah, that's a great segue.
Hey,
I wonder if you did that on purpose. Was that on purpose? That was a good one.
Yeah. You know, I guess sometimes I prepare.
Yeah.
All the time I prepare.
Yeah.
Hey, regardless, though, for the joke, scams.
Yeah.
Scams are being ever so prevalent, so we thought it'd be the perfect episode to go kick off our 2026 season of Mint Money here today. It's unfortunately one thing that we're seeing a lot more of, and with so many other things we've talked about so far year to date, I shouldn't say year to date, it's 2026. In 2025,
14 days.
It's gotten worse. It's gotten so much worse. I think one of the worst things I saw is with the rise of artificial intelligence, it's getting very easy for people to have voice replication, video software. And so I saw a crazy video come out in 2025. It was with Neil deGrasse Tyson. So he's the famous astrophysicist. Is that right? Yeah. And so there was a dub video, and I didn't. So first off, like I just watched it without any context. Yeah. And so once he started talking about flat Earth, about the Earth being flat, I mean, my spidey sensors are already starting to go tingle.
Yeah.
Eventually, he interjects himself at the end of the video and say that was actually AI.
Wow.
And this is actually not factual.
Well, how many times have you been? It sounds like you were duped that time.
My spidey sensors were starting to go off.
They were going off.
They're starting to go off. But I'm making these.
I have been duped by the. It is like it's almost like you can't believe anything anymore.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, how many? Like I watch videos and I'm laughing at something, or I'm looking at something in like shock and awe.
Yeah.
And then you discovered, oh, that was all.
I've been seeing a lot of those videos on Meta and Facebook, whatever you want to go call it. Like there's actual live, especially now in the winter. Like, oh, check this. Like it'll be like a fake or like a real Facebook post. Check this out from New York. Cars are driving over a bridge and a big crash happens.
Right.
Or like a big mountain avalanche happens. But the top comments is this is AI.
Wow.
This is AI.
And sometimes you question, well, is it AI?
Sure.
Or isn't it? Right.
Yeah.
Like
the quality is getting.
Sometimes it could be, and that's the challenge, right? Like something really good or really bad could happen, and someone can just say, hey, that's AI.
Well, the quality is getting so good. And you think about how good the quality is today versus how good the quality might be 5, 10, 15 years. Because I think people have seen viral videos in the past of those fake scamming callers and really how easily in quotations, how easily identifiable that was. Now imagine what that technology looks like now versus 5, 10, 15. I mean, people, there's voice replication out there.
Yeah. there's going to have to be new technology, new
go
advancement
keep up
to
with
help
it.
us determine what's real and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's kind of scary. I mean, I think one thing to keep in mind is that your information is out there,
Oh my gosh.
right? Like your data has been breached. It doesn't matter who you are and how careful you've been about changing your passwords or monitoring those things. It's been leaked somewhere at one point
Unfortunately.
or another, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it's just sort of, okay, well, how do I manage around that reality?
Of course.
Right. So
what are some common things that you've seen or run into in the past?
well, things to protect yourself, like multi-factor, I think is huge, right? So anytime you can log into something, then it kicks you like a 6-digit code and you have to enter that code. Now, granted, not every provider has that available, but if it's available, you have to take
Without a
advantage
doubt.
of it.
I think something super I look into as well. Now, maybe this is me edging on the side of, hey, let's be extra cautious.
Yeah.
I never click remember this computer. I always
Okay.
want to go through the additional hassle of going through that.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I can't say I have to say, and I think we're all probably guilty of it. Like you don't want to remember all these passwords.
Oh,
and
no.
like, it's so much easier if the computer or your phone remembers who you are, right? The good news is that, like for work, for instance, like it doesn't matter whether I click remember this computer or not. It doesn't. There's some firewall set up in the background that doesn't allow
For sure.
that to happen. So with the phone, yeah, definitely I have remember me, and it's the face recognition technology, I think, that I also would use and suggest that folks use. But yeah, multi-factor is a big one. Notifications is a big one, so that you're notified anytime somebody logs into your account, or if there's a transaction over a certain dollar amount, like say you set it at $250. So anytime there's a credit card transaction over $250, you get a text that says, hey.
Well, I think notifications also in more ways, like let's just go pretend one person only wants text. Well, what happens if someone gets hijacked too? And so possibly for myself, I love getting an email and then also a text too.
Yeah.
In case one's compromised.
Turn them all on. Yeah, absolutely. I do
Because
it
if it's nothing, just go ahead and delete it.
Yep. But the risk you get are these frauds, right?
Yeah.
That come in and you get a text, hey, your account's been hacked, right? Click on this link. So I think
Urgently.
Yeah, exactly. And urgency, I mean, that's a big piece. I'm glad you used that word because that's what every fraudster relies upon.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah,
They're trying to
preying
create
upon emotion.
urgent action, right? They're trying to create fear and get you to make a mistake quickly within a very short period to where maybe 5 minutes from that time you realize you did something wrong.
I'm like, oh,
But that's
shoot.
probably the most important thing anybody can do is just slow down. Slow down, ask yourself, does this look real? Does it feel real?
Sure.
And find a partner, right? Like find maybe it's more, could be your wife, it could be your partner, it could be a friend, it could be a neighbor if for someone that's, widowed or something of that nature. But yeah, find someone you can rely on and say, hey, can you just look at this for me? Does this feel legitimate to you?
Of course. Yeah.
Don't click on links.
No,
Go to
no,
the
no.
app or the website that you are familiar with.
Well, and sometimes these scams are also, that's a good point that you brought up, Kevin. They're getting so sophisticated now that your phone could say, call from Apple, call from Microsoft. And so it has gotten so sophisticated out there.
So I have this experience that I'm going to share with you.
Really?
So I have a trading account at Schwab just because it's very simple and there's a lot of research tools available. I get a call one day from Charles Schwab. Answer the phone. Okay, it's these urgent requests. Hey, your account's been hacked. Someone's trying to move money. And so we need to verify your account. We need to change your password. There's some security measures we have to take. Okay. Well, this goes on for 10 minutes. They send me a link with a multi-factor digit.
Wow.
To say what number did you receive? I respond to them. Okay, that checks out. While I'm on the phone with them, I Google the phone number that they called from. It brought up Charles Schwab. Okay, it brought up a link to it. Okay, and then when I even clicked to that link, it took me to their website.
Yeah.
Right. Well, where they screwed up is they tried to go a step too far and they asked me for my password. Okay, and that to me was like right away. Okay, I'm done. I'm hanging up, right? Then I actually contacted the provider and spoke to them. It took them 15 or 20 minutes to verify that it was not them.
Oh, really?
I mean, this was very well organized and
Yeah.
sophisticated. And so I actually wrote down the whole sort of timeline of events and sent it into them so that it could help their risk crew or whatnot. But that gives you an impression. For me, who's someone that reads this stuff all the time, we're constantly having to do trainings on security and things of that nature. So even then, I would imagine that many people would have fallen for that, and it would have been a problem. So,
well, I mean, to your point and to your credit too, your Google number, it goes to the website. You get a call from them, and it's not like whenever you do set up an account somewhere, whenever you do set up a relationship somewhere, you have like a certain amount of communication going back and forth, but it's not required that you have to be like a PhD to really understand all the nuts and bolts and crannies of their whole operation. You know, it's useful to go know that, but to really know in depth everything that they may or may not ask, it's tough to go keep a track of that.
Yeah.
And then 20 or 25 other things as well. And so it can be extremely.
The big thing I took away from it was the sense of urgency that they tried to create in me. And they did.
Could you hear that a little bit maybe?
Oh, absolutely. They were like, I felt it. I could feel anxiety myself.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they were, we need to get this taken care of right now. And it felt, I was scared. I was like, oh man, my account's under attack, and I need, that I keep a ton of money there, but, it was, so that gave me a real life experience with, what that feels like and what it sounds like and how organized and professional it can look and sound. 'Cause they were even transferring me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. At one point I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling super comfortable, right? Like sort of, I felt something was off, and I asked, let me get transferred to another representative, and they did.
Wow.
So yeah, that's
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so outside of that, what are typical other scams you've seen people run into or other issues? Because of course, people commonly think, okay, they're trying to go take over a bank account. They're trying to go take over maybe an investment account like that. So have you run into, I mean, I've heard credit cards before. I've heard other stuff.
I have to get my credit card replaced probably 2 or 3 times a year. I just had to have it replaced a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I probably get, I don't know about you, but I get fraud issues probably, I would say quarterly, whether it's my bank or one of my credit cards, that I'll get an alert that, hey, there's been a fraud attempt on your account.
Wow. Yeah.
And so it seems like a regular just part of life that I'm having cards replaced and whatnot. Are you having that same experience, or are they just thinking this guy's gullible and we're going to get him?
I think I might have had one once in the last 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
But
maybe I'm working with the wrong providers.
Well, so this is what I do. So we've talked about credit cards in the past. I think maybe I have just a handful out there right now, but and maybe this is I always try and use tap to pay whenever I can. I've heard that's safer for people. And then I have one card that I use for all of my online purchases. Sure. And so if any information's online, it's going through that particular card.
Yeah.
But when you go take a look at my cards, I mean, mainly I have 4 cards open. I mean, I'm going to use them throughout the year, but perhaps the one I use predominantly maybe is like 85-90% of my transactions.
Okay. That's a great idea and a great tip. Is to consolidate, use one provider, right?
Yeah.
Because another experience I had was I got my email got attacked. Oh, right. And so I looked at my email, and I manage we were talking about this earlier. I manage my email very robustly, right? I never leave notifications. Suddenly I have 1,000 emails, and this isn't my work address. This is my personal email address. And so what they were doing is they were just spamming me with emails, and then embedded, like, I don't know, the 500th email. I went through them one by one. It turned out there was a small transaction coming out of one of my accounts. So they try to embed little transactions to like invade your account before they're going to make a big transaction. So thankfully I caught it, and I was able to close that account before anything happened and alert that provider. But yeah, that's another thing to look out for if your email, is under attack.
Pay attention
and pay attention to your transactions. You can't just look at your balance. You have to look at the transactions because that's a telltale sign. Is there might be a 15-cent
for sure
deposit or deduction withdrawal.
And
from
I think that's one of the best things about those notifications, like from the phone. I just set it up actually lower because I think before I had a much smaller band where I'd be notified, but I'm like, you know what? Anything above 1 penny, I want to be notified of.
Yeah. Yep.
And for me, I mean, it can get a little bit annoying when I see every last little thing, text, email, notification from your phone, but the amount of technology it's in your pocket, you gotta use it. You gotta utilize it. So
yeah. I think a big one. So again, we talked about urgency. I think another one is just taking advantage of people, the elderly, right? Of seniors, right?
Sure.
Particularly people that maybe don't have a good support system around them. Again, we've seen that. Unfortunately, I've observed that personally, where we've had clients lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we actually got the police and senior services and elder abuse involved in order to stop the situation, stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
But yeah, these people particularly, they prey on loneliness.
They do their research, unfortunately.
Yeah. So if you have a neighbor or a friend or elderly parent that you think might be at risk, just make sure they know that you're there to verify requests and transactions.
Well, I mean, because people live their day-to-day life, and it's tough enough to go stay on top of all the topics, everything else going on around the world. And so to be really kept abreast of, hey, let's just go talk about how sophisticated these scams are getting.
Yeah.
Just towards what you mentioned about the email embedification like that, or the Schwab example is nuts.
Yeah.
It really is.
Absolutely. Yep. So what experiences have you had, and what other
I
issues?
think only issue that we've ever ran into was we found a really so we have a beautiful dog, Kona, a sheepdoodle, and I think Rose at one point found a planter box that was in the design of a sheepdoodle, which you're like, okay, a planter box, pretty cool, but in the design of a dog, that's really cool. And so I don't know if it was through Etsy or through another website, but we tried buying it and then didn't go through. And that's strange. That's never happened to us. And so, of course, started to go take a puzzle like, this has never happened. And so, I said to Rose, let's just wait one day, see what happens, because, the credit card companies are going to keep the security in the best interest of their customers. And so truly, we should hear something from them. And sure enough, we got a notification. We think is this potential fraud, or did you mean to go make this transaction?
Oh, yeah.
And so sure enough, we're like, we had no idea.
Right.
Well, unfortunate, because I was really looking forward to that planter box, but hey, in real action, real life like that, just take a step back and like.
What a weird thing, though, to try to dupe you on a planter box.
Your emotions, right?
I mean, you would think a pair of, some Air Jordans or a luxury, designer handbag or something like that. A planter box.
Seriously. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's, that's going deep.
It's going very deep. And so I'm happy because at that point, it wasn't urgent. It was like the middle of winter 3 or 4 years ago. And so quite a bit of time ago. But let's just wait a day. And sure enough, came out and a little sad we didn't get the planter box. But
right. I think another big one is just, is it too good to be true? That's always been the saying, right? So if it's too good to be true, it probably is. If someone's offering you, 20% guaranteed returns, it's
too good.
Yeah, you need to be wary of that. Or they're saying, "Hey, I need $10,000, and I'm going to give you $100,000, but I need 2 weeks to make it all take place."
Things
right?
out.
Again, too good to be true, and unfortunately, people get caught up in those things. And then they get deeper and deeper and deeper involved, and they've to the point that they've committed too much, and now they've convinced themselves that it has to be real, or otherwise they're bankrupted.
Well, sometimes what happens too with the fraud is that sometimes people are embarrassed about what happens.
Sure.
And I don't know if there's an actual statistic out there, but I would imagine that there's probably a decent amount of those crimes that don't even get reported because people. I mean, imagine just out of thin air here for a second. If someone was impacted by a fraud, they lost $100,000, and it was like maybe a very easy fraud to go detect in hindsight, but maybe in the time it wasn't. Yeah, you really want to go? I don't know. For some people,
oh, absolutely. And I think that's something again. A lot of fraudsters try to do is they try to keep you quiet. Like, hey, this is secret. Don't tell anybody about this. It's kind of like the Madoff thing. Like you could only invest with Madoff if he approved you to invest with him.
The exclusivity.
Like that was a telltale sign that if you asked too many questions, you weren't investing with him.
And it was all steady Eddie too.
Yeah.
That's the big thing maybe not a lot of people know about is that it wasn't like 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, but steady.
Right.
15, 20% returns year over year and duped, unfortunately, a lot of people.
Yeah. And a lot of smart, wealthy people.
Of course. Yeah, of course. It's
so this isn't just for lonely people for low income households. This is everybody across the board.
It's everybody,
right?
Because I mean it goes well and above, wealth management, investment management, goes down to your bank account, goes down to credit cards, goes down to, I mean, maybe it's someone, I mean, I certainly hope no one go door to door nowadays trying to scam you, but.
Well, to that point though, I think, thieves no longer need to go door to door. They don't rob banks in the way that we see in the movies or something of that nature. They come after you through phishing attempts, right? Through your email. They're trying to get you to click on things, call somebody. Crypto scams. How many pump and dump crypto scams?
To your point, it seems too good to be true.
Yeah.
Most likely is.
Yeah. So just be careful out there. Take your time. Nothing can be that urgent.
No.
And in fact, with AI, something I was reading about as well, consider having like a family password.
Yeah.
Right. So if you get a call from your daughter and they say, hey, Dad, I got in trouble and I need you to send me $5,000. Consider a family password. Like, okay, well, what's the family password? Because it could be, I mean, how easily is it today for someone to just hack your voice?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to not know that little piece of information could be monumental too.
Yeah. Yeah.
All really good stuff.
The other thing I'd say is, the companies that you work with, make sure that they can be trusted, right? Make sure that they're reputable.
And they have good fraud protection too, good risk management practices.
Yeah. And make sure that you understand their capabilities. We don't talk about TriStar Trust in particular a lot here, but something I love about what we don't allow, we don't allow clients to move money. Right. So we retain that, we hold their money, we custody it with Fidelity. They can't go online and move money from TriStar to their bank. Right. In fact, they can't even move money. They can move money from their bank to us, but not the other way around without contacting us. Right. So it requires another layer.
Additional stages of verification. Right.
Yep.
So I think leading from here, what things have you been up to watching over time? I know Stranger Things had a finale. I know that Landman is back out for its second season again. So there's a lot of good television out there.
Yeah, but you for me, I'm sorry if I disappoint, but both of those shows are disappointing to me, right? Landman in particular.
This season's been a little perplexing. I saw it. I saw someone, I don't know if I saw it or maybe it was a podcast I was listening to, but they mentioned that it almost seems like there's multiple different shows within Landman, like the daughter-mother relationship, the relationship, obviously, with Cammie, the relationship with Billy Bob Thornton, where he's going through every single day.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, and I've dropped off.
Really?
Yeah, it lost my interest.
Wow.
So maybe I need to go back. I have watched some great shows, but I've recently gone back to one of my favorites. Maybe.
What's that?
So I went back to Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Which I've watched now. I've watched it twice. Entirely. So now I'm only on episode 2.
I've heard great things about it.
I'm probably going to watch it. You've never watched it?
Never watched it.
I think we've talked about that.
No.
That's crazy. Well, it is like the best show
I've
ever.
heard that.
The character arc is amazing.
I get flack about that. I get flack about not watching Game of Thrones.
Oh, wow,
I get a lot of flack.
One. Yeah, that's a great
one. Now, I have seen a couple episodes. This is through some roommates of Better Call Saul, a couple of episodes. And so there is some cross-polarization a little bit, but not a lot. It's a Breaking Bad.
Did you watch any of Pluribus on Apple?
No.
So that's the same writer as Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul is the same creator.
Sure.
And they have that new show on Apple TV, Pluribus, which is interesting. I've watched. It's slower. I've watched the first 5 episodes. It's getting a lot of critical acclaim.
Okay. Yeah.
I just need to put in the time and
got added to the list. Well, I mean, just with everything else, I have to go sit down, watch something, and then there's a million different shows out there.
Yeah, that's why I kind of hate rewatching Breaking Bad because there's so many other new things I could watch.
So many,
but that's how good it is. So, what about you? What are you?
Stranger Things finale.
Yeah,
I'm happy that everything was able. I mean, this is gonna be spoiler free, but they wrapped up the season. You know what? Season 5. Is it 5? The 5th season? Yeah, the 5th season.
I think so, yeah.
In a nice bow.
Yeah.
I think there's always going to be critics saying they could do more here, more there, but I'm happy to go see where it is, but I could see why they left some things more open-ended because, of course, hey, sequels. Spinoffs. It's like
Broadway shows.
Yeah, Broadway shows. It's almost like, I don't think Yellowstone has any Broadway shows to my knowledge, but
not yet.
It's like creating almost like a master, almost universe.
Yeah.
And so that'll be fun to go see. And then Landman for me as well. This season's been a little bit slower, but I love Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
And then who plays his dad? I cannot.
Sam Elliott.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's been great this season.
That guy has looked like he's 60 years old for 30 years.
Oh my goodness.
Right? I mean,
Such
he
a
has
good
not
actor.
aged.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Such a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for listening to Mint Money again, and thank you for listening to the first episode of 2026. Until next time.